I Got the Hell Out does contain explicit content that might not be suitable for some listeners, such as children, those that easily get offended, and we do recommend that listeners at work put your earbuds in if you have coworkers around.
And if you like the show, please spread the word by telling as many people as you can. Would also appreciate if you would subscribe, rate, hopefully with 5 stars, and review the podcast on iTunes. You can find us there as well as on Stitcher and Overcast. You can follow us on Twitter at WasInACult, on Facebook at I Got the Hell Out, and on Instagram at I Got the Hell Out with an underscore after each word. You can contact us through our website at IGotTheHellOut.com.
Hi, guys.
Hi, it's Laura.
And it's Deb, and it's another red button moment on I Got the Hell Out. And it's our normal Sunday afternoon.
It is. Not too early, not too late.
Nope. I finished my coffee.
Do you have your milk?
I finished that on the way over. I have water.
I thought you didn't drink water.
I had to have something, and it's not beer time yet.
Gotcha.
And I'll drink lemonade when I go to work, because it's frowned upon to drink at work.
Okay.
Before work, on your break, it's a no-no, guys. Do not drink.
As most jobs, it is.
Yes. Well, unless you're a wine tester or a beer tester.
That'd be great to be a wine tester.
I wouldn't like it. I'd think that, no.
You could be a beer tester.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I like my beer.
Okay. You
So-
don't like to stray from your beer.
No.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of disappointing when we go out to the bar because I have to settle for something else. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of beverages, do we have a Kool-Aid recipe?
Oh, we do. And, it's been really cold around here lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I have to park across the street from where I work. So I have to actually, wait for traffic and stuff standing there going, blah, 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 blah. So, it's called Blue Balls, BALZ. Okay?
Okay.
You start with blue raspberry Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Vodka of your
Of
choice, whatever flavor, non-flavor, whatever.
Get creative.
Yeah. You can throw some Chambord in there. That stuff's expensive, so try to go a little easy on it.
Well worth it, though.
Or you'll have purple balls, okay? Two recipes in one.
Go for, yeah.
And then you can garnish it with frozen blueberries, which...
2 blueberries.
Yeah. Are there any other blue foods? We got into this discussion at work the other night. Any other naturally occurring blue foods? So you could think about this.
Yeah, I'm sure right now people are screaming something.
We did not want to Google it, so everybody, you have to use your brain. No Googling.
I was going to say, no, that's purple because they have purple potatoes.
Yeah, they're not blue.
They're not blue.
I don't know. I might have remember saying blue corn. I don't know.
Oh, they do. They do call it blue corn, I think, but it's more like a purple.
I don't know.
They do have that, though, yeah. All right, I'll have to think about it.
Okay, think about it. Come back at me. Anybody let me know. Okay. Let's see. Do you realize that we're actually true crime?
What do you mean?
We could fit it in a true crime podcast. I mean, there's just so much that...
So much going on at the cult.
So much going on. It's actually true crime. And I have talked to so many other members, and it's just small town crap. Last week, somebody asked, how the cult can get away with all of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
Well, everybody knows everybody. It's not like around here. So... Yeah. I used to think that things were going to be fair. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Life's not fair.
Life isn't fair, but I came to find out after I left, Kenny didn't want to pay child support. He paid as little as he possibly could, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But he took me to court at every chance he got. And I got out under, he didn't pay for whatever, 10 years. And then he turned around and sued me. Remember, he sued me?
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was...
That was like when we first met, kind
of. Something like that. Yeah. But takes a real man to do that, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And to sue me for more than he ever gave me. Which is just... Yeah. Okay. The thing I wanted to say was I've talked to so many people that have left the cult, and it's very common for them to keep being dragged back to court. And it's in the same county. It's always in front of the same judges. There's only so many judges, only so many lawyers. And yeah, basically we would all lose.
Gee, wonder why.
Unless it was something so blatant that it couldn't be ignored. I got the ability to leave when Kenny was dragging me back again. And it cost me $1,500 every time I
God.
went to court. Because if I didn't have an attorney, I got eaten alive.
Right.
Okay? And I found an attorney, but every time we had to go to court, it was $1,500. Well, that's
a hell of a lot of money.
That's 4 months worth of child support. So he'd make sure he took me to court at least 3, if not 4 times a year. So like every
Eat up the child
penny,
support.
it ate up every. But here's the thing, Laura. I thought about this a while back, and I used to get such anxiety over it ate up all the child support. What am I gonna do? And there were sometimes I had to take loans to get that attorney. There was one time I went into her office. It was the time I'm talking about now. He drugged me back to court, and I was in tears because I couldn't get a loan. I was paying off a loan already. And she let me write her out post-dated checks for every month. I had to sit there.
That's awesome.
And write out each one. And they were deposited into my folder. And it was agreed upon that every month she would take one of those checks out and she'd cash it. And I ended up paying her off and used her again before I left because she knew I already did the check thing.
And you were good for it.
I was good for
Right.
it. And she represented me and let me make payments. But I feel so proud of myself right now and looking back that he ate up all of his child support money to pay for his children, but yet somehow I managed to survive. I managed to make the bills, and my mom contributed sometimes helping them do sports, to buy cleats or
Right, like
help with the registration.
Right.
But in the end, in looking back, if he would have just left me the hell alone and I never went to court, I actually could have done it without his help. Isn't that crazy?
wow.
But it's taken me all these years to recognize that. So thanks, Ken, for another box of darkness, buddy.
Kenny's Corner.
But yeah, the life just is not fair on things, but in looking back, I wouldn't change anything that's happened. He laughed about the name change and me not being able to change my name, and everything comes back to bite you in the ass.
Karma comes around.
Karma, God, good
Sometimes,
vibes,
yeah.
the universe, the Care Bears are aligned.
Sometimes it's quite a while, but it comes back.
And sometimes, guys, remember that not all bad deeds, not the punishment isn't always visible. Okay? But I'm having a hell of a time watching all of this shit unfold. I get to talk to you about things that happen behind the scenes that I can't say on here.
Right.
And sometimes the shit just blows your mind. Does it not?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I came across a recipe for holy water.
Is this another beverage?
I guess if you wanted it to be, but do you know how to make holy water? You boil the hell out of it.
Ah!
Come on.
Oh my God. Keep your day job.
Do you know what happens in 3 days?
What?
I'll be 49.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
And like
Hey, I'm still older than you, so.
but I'm happy to make it this far.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the young kids at work the other day, and a couple of them are still in high school, and a couple of them are my buddies, and I tell them things that I, wish I would have known when I was their age. Here, stick this in the back of your head, remember this. And I love working with these guys. And I forget where I was going with it.
Your birthday's coming up.
Oh, yes. And they can't believe I'm going to be 49. They can't believe it. But God, I remember, back in the 80s, before we even got in the bars, and we thought people that were 30 were old.
Oh my God, I remember when I was little. Yeah.
And, here we are out in the woods partying next to a bonfire going, if I ever hit 40, shoot me,
Yep.
And I told you Justice was being traumatized because she was turning 25 last week. And it's like, gosh, if I could be 25 again and know everything I know now, how different things would have turned out, how different they would be. But that's okay, because if I was supposed to know those things back then, I would have known those things back then. So
yeah, I wouldn't want to be 25 again.
I'm just glad
20s were not. 30s is when it started to kind of all get together.
I'm just glad that all the tomfoolery that we did was before social media.
Good Lord, yeah.
I do have a picture of me passed out laying in the dirt. Somewhere somebody took this picture of me.
Yeah, but it's not flying around the internet, though. It's not all...
No, and my friends were nice enough to cover me up with a jean jacket, so it's just me laying in the dirt with my eyes closed, covered up with a jean jacket. I have no recollection of this, and I don't even know who gave me the picture, but I still have it.
Too bad you don't celebrate Christmas. That'd be an awesome Christmas card.
Maybe I'll do...
Merry Christmas to you.
Maybe I'll do holiday cards this
year. And put that picture on
May you party this hard. Okay?
Party hardy this season.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I just got to give a quick shout out. My BFF Kim, her birthday's the 28th. Mine's the 29th. One of my coworkers, Ken, his is the 30th, and my crazy Aunt Cindy's is the 30th. I've mentioned her on here before.
My dad's would have been the 31st.
A long line of parties. Here we go. Right. We can still give a cheers to him later.
Absolutely.
And you can remember to post a picture on his birthday.
Absolutely.
And we can all give him a cheers with a Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. That's right.
Yes, we can do that. All right. And a shout out to everybody who has a birthday in January. We're cool.
Birthday.
Aquarius. Oh, and my other BFF, she's February 2nd.
She's still Aquarius?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's like the last cuspy
day.
The end, yeah. Right. I don't think that stuff's real anyway. Where the planets are really has no alignment in my life. Get the joke there?
Yeah.
Do you know what last night was?
No. Was it a full moon or something?
Oh, so far the opposite.
New moon.
Yes.
Ah.
It was the sighting of the new moon.
Oh, we know what that means.
Because, it was Saturday night.
Okay.
And I worked till almost 9 o'clock. I had almost a 10-hour shift yesterday.
Oh, man.
And I really didn't feel like writing the show, but did it anyway. Had a couple beers, writing along, blah, blah, blah.
Now, was it drunk Deb or sober Deb writing the show? Or a little bit of both?
Well, no. I mean, if you don't get home until 9 o'clock and you have to be... I have to finish writing it this morning, so I have to get up at a certain good hour to finish.
I just wanted to know which Deb was writing the show.
Sober Deb started.
See, that's where I'm getting to, yeah. And Drunk Deb finished?
No, Drunk Deb said, screw the rest of this, we can finish it in the morning, and I watched TV until I fell asleep. Because when we don't do this until 1:30 in the afternoon...
You have the morning.
I know I can sleep as long as I want, even though I set my alarm for 10:30ish.
Just in case.
Because that gives me 3 hours. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. 3 hours. Look, I had to use my fingers to count. Some days I'm brilliant, other days yeah.
Other days you've gone to little man school.
I'm telling you. I almost drank the Kool-Aid, Laura. But no, last night was the sighting of the new moon of Jesus.
Gotcha.
The new moon of Jesus.
Okay.
Okay, which leads me to an ex-member here who, come on, phone, let me in. I love when my the ex-members who are still my friends contacted me, and we get to laugh about things, okay? She texted me this as I was driving over here, and For whatever reason, life just says you need to write down about 4 different things
Okay.
on the way to Laura's because you'll forget them. See, I had to pull over. Hi, Nora. Okay, I can cross this off. Now, she said, came across this gem. This is from the Women's Cafe. Okay, so there must have been a men and a women's cafe.
You can't eat together.
No. They were called the Buffalettes.
No.
Buffalettes. Okay. And then she goes, nothing like being able to buy more merch personalized with my name. Okay.
So wait, all the women were Buffalettes, or the people that worked there, or who?
I am assuming if you ate at this cafe,
You were a Buffalette.
but everybody, I guess, got their own mug, and she sent me a picture of this. I'm gonna have to post it.
Let me see.
This is the White Buffalette Dining Center, and it was personally engraved with her name.
Oh,
She scratched her
my
name out
gosh,
on it.
Right.
More merchandise to buy.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I bet you bought the cup for however much, and it had your name on it, which I'm sure didn't cost them anything more.
Right.
Just
And
stick
there's
some
the white
letters.
buffalo.
But I imagine this is their own, like, not a free coffee program, but instead of paying $2 for a cup of coffee, you bring your white Buffalette mug down to the cafe, and it'll only cost you $1 for that cup of coffee.
My Lord.
So
The mug probably cost you $10.
Oh, probably more than that, and it got the white buffalo on it.
I saw that.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to hers. It appears to be missing the handle. Is there some clause in the cafe that it has to be whole and still intact?
Oh my gosh.
But
you got to post that.
I planned on it. I thanked her for crossing
That's
her
beautiful.
name out. That
The
way I didn't.
Buffalettes.
Okay. I thanked her and told her I was coming over here, and I told her this is just so much buffalo bullshit, because the buffalo bullshit started at some point because,
Let's start with his damn name.
when he was born.
Right.
Buffalo Bill. Because his 4-year-old brother named him.
As all 4-year-olds do.
I mean, he could have... Too bad Captain America didn't exist back then. It's Pastor Captain America.
Captain Little Man.
Okay, she goes on to say, we were the Buffalettes. And then later, do you know what they called the women?
Oh no. What?
The donkeys. And then she says, very dehumanizing.
The donkeys. From
Yeah.
Buffalettes
To the donkeys. The Buffalettes sounds like some bad square dancing group, and the big
The
frilly...
Buffalettes, it sounds like some cheerleading squad for some football team.
like
We're
Buffalo, New
yeah,
York?
Yeah, we're the Buffalettes.
Okay.
Doesn't it? Like they got their pom-poms going and their high boots, and they're just doing like the kick chorus line thing.
I can see it now.
See, that's what I'm thinking. The
And you know what?
Buffalettes.
Maybe they were proud of being the Buffalettes. This is just going so little House on the Prairie bullshit. It's not even funny.
Oh my God.
But imagine them being actually proud to be the Buffalettes. And now they're going to have to knock them women down a peg.
Oh, absolutely.
You're no longer the Buff. Maybe they broke all the mugs on purpose.
Maybe. Now you're the donkeys, which I'm sure behind the scenes was, oh, they're the asses. Ha ha.
Yeah.
I
I would have to say that is probably what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the moon of Jackass?
Right.
So, and Jackass is in the Bible.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
But why would you have all of these? We could ponder on this all day long, and we'll never come up with anything. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Amber, somebody I met the other day for the first time, a friend of a friend, and she got the hell out of a dark place too. And I gave her a sticker for her hard hat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think that's the first hard hat that stickers going on that we know of.
It's the first hard hat, but guess where we made it to?
Where?
Okay. Jeff somehow has become a very big part of all of this.
Okay.
Jeff W.
Okay.
Him and his lovely wife Sarah went down to the Caribbean, and I actually had given her some stickers and other stuff to give to him. Okay, and here is a picture. I think it's, I guess, his notebook or cover to something.
Ah, awesome.
We made it to the Caribbean. Cheers,
Very
Jeff and
nice.
Sarah. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. Anybody who gets stickers, cards, postcards, shirts.
Take it on vacation with you. Take a picture.
Like the terrible towel. The terrible towel makes it all over the world. We made it to the Caribbean officially.
Nice.
Yeah, I should have given him an extra one. He could have stuck it somewhere. What?
Very nice.
Okay. Thank you to everybody for all of the memes that you send. Again, there's just way too many. Me and Laura get a funny giggle out of all of them. Sometimes there's an exceptionally good one that hasn't been shared a million times or whatnot. So just keep sending them. We do enjoy them, even if we don't publish them all. Okay. Now, since we had to go into pending posts for our trip to the Caribbean, I wish I was at the Caribbean. Why aren't we at the Caribbean?
I don't know.
Okay, let's see.
Probably because we have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to go to work tonight. So, Emily says, "Hi, Deb and Laura. I've been binging this podcast since the first episode. Oh, yes. I stuck through since the beginning.
Oh, God bless you.
I'm currently at episode 82 and still loving it. Love you. I love anybody who stuck with us.
Trudge on through that catastrophe. Oh, my God.
Thank you, everybody. She says, I'm a proud mental health support worker here in Nova Scotia, which, by the way, we have better lobsters than Maine. So I guess, Nova Scotia and Maine can duke that out and they can send us each some lobsters and we can taste
decide.
test.
That would be fantastic.
We'll take the lobsters, guys. We'll do a taste
test. I would be happy to do that.
We'll give you all a shout out. Get your favorite restaurant to send us something, and we'll.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, she's also been forcing her coworkers to listen. I guess if you got those kind of coworkers, it's fine. When you work in a place where you can all laugh and be morbid and whatever with each other, it's just okay. We got to get back to what she's saying.
Okay.
Deb and Laura, you've both mentioned several times over surviving from your own mental health. I would like to add that I too am a daily depression and anxiety warrior. Ladies, remember we are warriors, and what doesn't kill us make us stronger. I'd like to share this amazing grounding exercise when you're going through a panic or an anxiety attack. It's super helpful for anyone out there. Yes, feel free to share. Oh, and my last piece to add, it's one of my favorite sayings. Remember, don't let the bastards win. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you, Emily.
You're going to post that grounding exercise?
These are the grounding exercises of the 5 things you see, 4 you feel, 3 you hear, 2 you
I've
smell,
heard of this before.
1 you taste.
Yeah.
I would probably have to practice this daily to remember to do it if I'm having a panic or an anxiety attack. Because the few times that I've had them blown that big up, I have nothing in here except a scared squirrel trying to claw through concrete to get me the hell out of here now. So yeah, I will approve that for anybody who needs it. I just have to read this funny meme. This one I didn't show you earlier.
Okay.
Phil sends us a lot of funny stuff, and some of it I show you, some of it I don't, because I giggle. You probably wouldn't. Okay, this is a comic, okay? And God's getting up out of bed. He creates a vast stretch of space and time, okay? Then he creates the spark of life. Okay? And then he lets everybody on the earth know that he is all of eternity.
Okay.
And then tells the people, anyway, all that being said, please refrain from butt stuff. Okay? God does all these wonderful things and then
Oh,
tells
my
humans,
Lord.
please refrain from doing butt stuff. That just is against my law, and you won't get into heaven for that.
All right.
Thank you, Phil. I cannot post that. It might offend people. Let's see. Mel S is adding to the hotline list caregivers. I'm going to prove that for anybody who's looking for resources.
What hotline number is that again?
It's for resources for helping people, whether it's helping with your elderly parents.
Oh, you said for caregivers.
For caregivers.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's so important.
I'm not to that point in life yet. I help some other people out weekly, but I am not to needing that. But I posted it in case somebody
Yep.
else needs to
Yep.
check it out. It's just a link that you might get something from it. You might not. That you got nothing to
Yep.
lose. Now, Lindsay J. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what her cult name was. Don't know if I know her. Child member. I only know by what she wrote to me. Okay. And I find this so freaking hysterical. And girl, I have to post this. Okay. She wrote to us and says, my daughter did a word collage from some of the quote unquote literature that still gets mailed to us from time to time. She says, I think this is going to be an ongoing hobby of ours.
Oh my gosh.
So apparently Lindsay's daughter cuts things out of the literature that they get. And do you see how she just cut these random either sentences or part sentences out and glued them down a piece of paper. Gosh. And it reads, feeling lethargic? It's not the end of the world. Decide on a fun activity that will lift your spirits. And do it for a day. For example, getting heavily into drugs, vandalism, or gangs. Get up right now and go. Break personal promises. Keep to yourself. Beat yourself up. Be dishonest. Neglect your talents. And that opportunity is something to be truly grateful for. So she goes through and cuts out all these little bits and makes these hilarious anecdotes from their own literature.
Slaps it up on the fridge.
That's why I was reading and stopping because, and I'm going to approve this, each one was...
Is a sentence that she...
Or a few words at a time,
Gotcha.
like getting heavily into drugs.
Right.
Was probably, if you're with Satan, you're out there getting heavily into drugs.
Right.
But the fact that, feeling lethargic, let's decide on a fun activity.
Right.
I never would have thought of anything like that. Thank you, Mo H. She gives us a Martin Luther King Jr. quote because he had his holiday this past week. He's quoted as saying, I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. And people always ask me how I can just always be so nice to people. And it's like, because it's harder to be nice than it is to be mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that funny that it's harder to be nice to somebody who's being a dickhead than it is to just snap right back at them. And it being harder, it also makes the other person like even angrier. Because
I was just going to say that the best thing you can do is not engage.
No, and you just talk to them.
You piss them off.
Oh, hell
more.
Yeah.
And that's all part of the fun.
I do that a lot. I had my own roach coach, and there were these two twin brothers that were horrible. They were just horrible. I hated dealing with them. They were rude, nasty. And I would purposely pass them up if it was just the two of them. And they would always try and flag me down. And I'm like, screw you. But if it was a crowded job site and they were there, I couldn't just not serve them.
Right.
So I'm serving these couple of guys the one day, and this one brother shows up, one of the twins, and he gets out and starts berating me for not ever stopping to serve him and his brother. And I says, well, why would I stop and serve the two of you when you're nothing but rude and crude to me? And he looks at me with a big old grin, and he puts his hands on his hips and kind of does the hip thrust. Look at you roll your eyes. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, go on. That's why I rolled my eyes.
And he goes, well, that's me and my brother. We're rude and crude, and we roll with a bad attitude. And I looked at him, and I put my hands on my hips, and I smiled, and I thrust my hips out like he did. And I just ever so calmly says, that's okay. I understand. And I went like this with my fingers. You know how you make...
Yeah.
You're making a distance motion with your thumb and
Right.
forefinger. And I looked at him and smiled and said, I understand that men with shortcomings, and I made my thumb and forefinger go down almost to nothing, said, y'all need to compensate for stuff like that. And being rude and crude helps...
his reaction?
He looks at me and goes, what did you say? I says, well, I guess you and your brother need to compensate for your shortcomings for being rude and crude. And oh, he was not happy with me. I didn't live in that state much longer. So, yeah, shout out to you, rude brothers.
Yeah, jackass.
Jackasses. Love all the pierogi things that we get. The kitty cat walked on the pierogies, and, cat's hiding. And just different kind. Pierogies are from Poland. I cannot plan a whole trip to Poland for pierogies, though. I just can't justify
that could go on your bucket list.
No, I would rather go to Pierogi Plus. They have like 30-some flavors there. Why would I go all the way to Poland?
Where the hell's Pierogies Plus?
It's Keys Rocks.
Well, then we can take a trip there. We need a field trip.
Yeah, and a lot of the flavors you have to pre-order because they're special order.
Okay, we can do that.
And some of them are special for like different holidays, like
like
Easter
seasonal
and Christmas,
like that.
and they have seasonal ones.
Okay.
But I think you might be able to get seasonal ones if you order in advance.
Right.
I don't know. Chris S. always is contributing. Hi, girl. She says, be kind. Everyone is fighting in a fight club you know nothing about. Because we don't talk about Fight Club. Everybody you will ever meet is fighting hard battles. It's why we need to practice kindness, except for utmost assholes and tailgaters and things like that.
Did you see tailgaters?
Yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve about driving. If I can't see your headlights, I am slamming on them brakes. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then I'm going to go under the speed limit. My 8 miles above isn't good enough for you. I can't see your headlights. Why are you up the crack of my ass? So now suddenly we're going 5 miles under.
Yep.
And there's going to be a squirrel at some point, and I'm going to slam my brakes all the way on. Okay? Don't tailgate me. Why you take me to these places? I get all riled up.
That's why I take you to those places.
Oh, my. Did you... What? I don't know. Squirrel. Where did the squirrel take us? Laura?
I don't know. You're looking at your book?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. We're in pending posts.
Right.
Okay. And for some reason, it decided to do something. But we're back there now.
Okay.
Melody is an ex-member. Love you, girl. Mike, her husband's the one that's always going, who are they talking about? You know who they're talking about. She shared a link with us. Watch Cults and Extreme Belief streaming online. Hulu free trial. So if you guys click on this, it's going to take you to Hulu and give you a free trial. And if you don't cancel, you're going to get charged.
Oh, is that the one where you have to put your credit card in ahead of time?
I don't know, but if you already have Hulu or if you can find it elsewhere or on YouTube, Cults and Extreme Beliefs, it's called. I'll throw that up there so you can at least see what it is. Mm-hmm. I can usually try and find stuff on other ways and means. All the guys at work talk about where to find all these sporting events. Through YouTube, this, that. Mm-hmm. Mirror sites, I don't understand any of it.
I don't either.
But yeah, the one, anyway. Lindsay M sends us a link, and I actually read this one. It's tips on escaping, whether it's an abusive relationship, a cult, whatever you're 18, 20 years old and your parents still control you. You want out.
Well, the key word being escape.
Yes, you have to escape. My one friend, Sherry, I asked her how she ended up at the cult. And she's my deaf friend. Hi, girl. Not that she'll ever hear me. She thinks that's a funny pun, by the way. She literally escaped from under her. One of them was a step parent, and the other parent wasn't a very good parent. And she was saving up money to leave, and something happened. It's her story to tell, not mine. But she left like $1,000 under her floorboard that she had been saving because she only had real time to grab basically her bag
Wow.
and run. She didn't even have time to grab the money.
Oh my gosh.
So Lindsay M., I actually read all the way through this article, and I did some of these things. Some of these things I did not do. It's planning and escaping and getting ready to go because there's so many ways to track you these days. If you're leaving an abusive relationship and he has or she has ever had access to your phone, they could have put a GPS monitoring app on your phone and then hidden the app so you would never even see it.
Right.
But on their phone, they can see exactly where your phone is. She gives hints even down to saving up and getting a burner phone from Walmart, Target, wherever. And as soon as you leave your abuser, give it away.
Right.
Give it to somebody. Explain the situation, and they will be following. Yeah, if somebody came up to me and says, I'm leaving my abuser, here is my phone. Can you hold on to this for a day, 2 days? And then turn it into a women's shelter because, like, Laura, all of my phones that have died over the years, you can, if they still work, if you upgrade,
you can definitely donate them to a women's shelter.
especially
Yes.
especially if you have the cord, please put the power cord with it. They are given to domestic violence, people that are in danger of domestic violence or have been involved in it, man or woman. And a cell phone will call 911. It does not have to be hooked up to a carrier. Every phone I have at my house that hasn't been donated yet, if I can power it up, it'll call 911 for any emergency. Even if you need to they cut your service off. Your abuser cuts your service off. That phone is still good to call 911, guys. He may think he might have won and left you with a dead phone. Well, the joke's on him. You can still text or call 911. Okay, I'm going to approve this. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Some of them I did. Some of them I wish I would have known. And we got an osteo pierogi.
Oh my gosh.
I thought that one was cute.
That's cute.
It's a little pierogi with a walker, guys. And yeah, we're in Pittsburgh. We love our pierogies for all of you who...
Always have, always will.
I have them in my freezer at home. Little Kringle came in yesterday and was making a pan full of pierogies. And I was leaving, so I didn't get any. Dang you. And Melody, she shared with us the 8-way narcissists are like cult leaders. So you can go on the Facebook page and check that out.
Wow.
Okay. I went to Apple this week.
Okay.
And
What'd you buy?
I didn't buy anything. Oh. I had some questions.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I'm dumb as a box of rocks again. You can't... The app that I have that Mikey gave me, guys, like, I've never seen that before, so we deleted that. Okay.
Oh, you mean to record a conversation?
Right?
Okay.
And I told you, Jesse showed me how to do the screen recording, right? And I showed this guy, I'm like, it didn't go to where the other ones went, and showed him it went to my pictures, and he's like, well, yeah, that's the Apple screen recorded. That doesn't record sound. He's like, it's illegal to record in most states. And I says, well, I understand that, but it's not like Pennsylvania. I can call you, Laura, and as long as I say, hey, Laura, I'm going to be recording this. Is that okay with you? And you say...
As long as you get consent.
Yes. Now, most people who are going to try and record somebody...
Don't do that.
Well, not only that, they're trying to catch somebody.
True.
Or record somebody for their own purposes. So the guy at Apple was really, really nice. I forgot to write his name down. Of course, hey, I don't need to write that down. I'll remember it.
Sure.
And meanwhile, I got my homework book. Okay? But I couldn't take the 30 seconds to write his name down. So shout out South Hills Village Apple dude who helped me. We have to look at this when we get done recording today.
Okay.
There's the App Store, and then there's the Apple Store. Did you know they were two different things?
No, I did not.
They're two different places, two different destinations. Excuse me. When you go into the Apple Store, everything that you download to your phone is from Apple.
Okay.
When you go into the little blue box,
Little apps. Oh, that's just
the
everything.
white font A.
Right, that's like everything under the sun.
It's all different apps, but they're not they're not from Apple.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, now I know what you're talking
But
about. Right.
they do have to go through some kind of process with Apple to be accepted into that app department.
Right.
So this guy, well, see, I know nothing about this shit.
Either do I.
I'm in over a year with an Apple phone, and I just found the flashlight a couple of months ago. Okay. And I was too proud to ask people, where is the damn flashlight on this thing? And I came upon it by accident and didn't know how I did it.
Did you blind yourself with it?
No.
Okay.
No. But he went into the app, blue thing, and he was like, wow, look at that. And I'm like, what? And he actually found, what is it called? Record a call.
Oh, okay.
I downloaded the free version, but I haven't opened it. I don't know if it'll do what we want it to do, but there's a pro version.
Ooh, how much?
$11.99 and you own it forever.
Oh, that's not bad.
But
so it's not a per month thing. It's just a...
Right, but I think either one of these, you have to heavily sign up with it, because if you're going to be recording people, maybe... Because if you're a locksmith...
Right.
If you're a locksmith, you have to be licensed and bonded and all this other crap, because you can get in anywhere.
Right.
And they're not just going to give anybody keys to everybody's kingdom.
Right.
So, yeah. So remind me to look at this, because it's how long ago did we promise interviews? And it just makes me feel like this big, and there's no space between my thumb and my forefinger, that I can't get some of this stuff done.
It'll eventually happen. It's going to eventually happen.
Yeah. I may take a road trip up to Wisconsin. Want to go?
For what?
That's where Melody lives. Her and her husband Mike have a lake house, and we were invited up.
Nice.
We could actually probably do a recording up there. That would be fun.
When are you going?
I don't know. Just like everything else in my life. Listen, all the money I managed to save up last month, I actually saved money, and I was like, woohoo, me, right?
Right.
And then...
Oh, what happened?
For 3 days, I had this money, and I was like, woohoo, me. And then I get my credit card bill, and I know how much my credit card bill usually is, and I went, dang, I forgot I put my new glasses on there, which took a chunk, right?
Right.
And then 2 days later, I took my car in to get inspected, which is, you know how much it usually is, right?
Oh,
Well,
what was wrong?
I knew that I had a radiator leak somewhere, and that needed fixed, and I needed some hoses and stuff.
Ouch.
And down to the penny, it took the rest of the money I had saved. I mean, at least I had it.
Right. Yeah, but it still sucks that,
It just, like 3 days before that, I was doing the dance of joy that I can put this money away. And, personally, when I take a week off to go on vacation or do something, I like to have setting aside the money I would have made if I had been working that week.
Right.
When I get home, there's a stack of cash waiting for me. Hey, Deb, you just got home from vacation, but look, you just got paid.
Right.
And it doesn't really kind of hurt me financially, but yeah, are you like me? Every time you turn around and save money, it's like, wait a minute.
Something pops up.
Wait a minute.
Something pops up. It's like some kind of utility problem or a car
problem
or
roof. Yeah. I need a new roof.
Oy.
I mean, I got some insurance money from
Ouch.
it. But they prorate a roof. Hey, any roofers in the Pittsburgh area, if you're
Get in touch with Debbie.
yeah, if you're a contractor, if your husband's a contractor, you could come to my house while they're doing the roof and we can talk culty shit.
Hey, if anyone does box gutters, give me a call.
Box cutters.
I need my box gutters replaced.
Oh, I thought you said box cutters.
Box gutter, Gutter.
Okay, we're looking for somebody who does box gutters and somebody who does roofing in the
Could be the
Pittsburgh
same
area.
person.
Could be the same person. I'd like a tin roof. I'd actually like a slate roof, but that's like mega bucks.
That's a lot of money.
All right. I am waiting to hear back from somebody I used to hang out with a lot. And we are friends on Facebook, but we really haven't texted or anything, which is kind of weird. I guess we're both living our own lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wait until ex-members reach out to me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But another ex-member told me that they had been talking to that specific ex-member who's meaning to get a hold of me, which means I guess they're putting it off, procrastinating.
Gee, I don't know what that's like.
Well, sometimes you have information and like the anxiety to tell somebody it just might kill you.
Sure, yeah.
I still love messing with Kyle at work, because things get sticky sometimes with some of the stuff I say on here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Aren't you afraid the cult's gonna kill you?" And I tell him about episode 23 and how I made myself safe. And I said, and this is when I like to mess with him, and I'll go, "Yeah, but what if they broke in here and somehow they were able to tamper with the gas line? And we're all standing here working and his eyes are getting bigger and bigger and bigger." I said, "You know what the kicker would be?" He said, "What?" I says, "I would be walking into the walk-in cooler to get something when the place blew up. And it's like a mini bomb shelter. So y'all would die and I'd be the only one left living." His jaw dropped. His eyes were bigger than his face. And, "Hi, Kyle. It's fun to mess with you Sunday night. I'm coming for you tonight, buddy. But I am bringing your little chocolate donuts you like." Where was I?
I don't even know.
Oh, I talked to my friend who talked to my friend.
Yes.
I am awaiting a third confirmation from this, but her saying this other person's going to get back to me, that makes 3 more people that, because I always tell you, if I hear something, I keep it under wraps.
Right.
But I do have confirmation that men are taught and they are encouraged to beat their wives and their children, also animals if need be, into submission.
Oh, fantastic.
I told you. I had known that for a while, but to have several other people actually...
So they're actually being taught that. It's not just, if you've been doing this, it's cool, you can just keep doing it. They're actually being told to do it.
I remember a woman that I was just becoming friends with. She was one of the few people that ever came up and said goodbye to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that they were leaving because her husband actually was at a class and they were teaching how to hurt people without leave marks.
Oh, that's so godlike.
I mean, you can look any of this up, so I'm not giving out anything. I'm just going to give out the biggest one. A punch in the stomach. It
Your
leaves...
clothes cover it.
It leaves no mark. There's no bruising.
Well, even if it did, your clothes are going to cover it.
And you're not wearing a bikini.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure you can get hit hard enough. But I'm also sure they probably, had a punching bag and was teaching dudes how hard to hit.
Oh, my God.
I cannot confirm or deny the punching bag part, guys, but I do know... I mean, Kenny never told me that there was a class for that. But you know how rumors...
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times rumors are right. There's usually some sliver of truth to rumors. Whether it's a sliver or it's the whole damn platter that nobody wants to look at. Okay? I'm waiting for you to get a hold of me, girl.
Damn.
Do you know there's a font for sarcasm?
Huh?
Did you know there's a font for sarcasm?
No.
I really wasn't aware of that either.
What's it called?
I don't know what it's called, but I'm hoping somebody out there can tell me if I have to do this manually. Okay, I'm going to...
Wait, a font?
Yes. Okay.
What's it look like?
Okay, I'm showing you a SpongeBob tattoo that has it written around it.
Oh, like uppercase, lowercase, or that kind of
It's
crap?
between uppercase and lowercase, but one of the ex members was talking about the award that the cult gave
Yeah,
themselves.
right.
And I didn't understand at the time that this was the sarcasm font for it. Okay.
You know what? I didn't either. All I know is I find it extremely irritating.
But it's a sarcasm font. This is the best way you can do it. The uppercase and lowercase. But they wrote on the former members page that, look at me. We are so great. We are the best organization around. We are the best religious people.
And
Come
they did it in that
follow us.
font.
And they did it in this font. And I did not get that until like last night when I saw this tattoo thing.
I just got that now. I had no clue.
And I was hysterical. Go, okay, now people out there, do I actually have to manually like keep hitting the little arrow to go up and down, up and down, up and down?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. Yeah.
Or is there something I
Like
can
at random.
because there's different keyboards. You can go between a Spanish keyboard and an English keyboard, and different fonts. So is there a program or an app out there for sarcasm? Please, guys, help me out. Do you have anything that you would like to contribute today while I look over my homework book?
Well, we can talk about their latest blog post.
Is it interesting?
Let's see here. They are talking about, it says, mankind created in 4004.
BC?
I'm assuming.
Oh, they preach that the earth is 6,000 years old.
Okay. So mankind was created 4004 BC, I guess.
Right, because, God created everything in 7 days.
Okay.
No, 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested.
Right.
But it was explained that even though God is God, a day isn't what we think it is. So, for him to create the heaven, the first day he created the heavens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the
Something,
heavens and the
I don't
earth,
know.
something like that. But the amount of work that would take, Laura? Come on. Look around you. The universe is huge. He couldn't have possibly have done that in a day.
They go from that right into, in 2019, the next 3.5 years will be cut short. Which I guess maybe they forgot it's 2020, not 2019. I don't know.
I don't know, but I came across a note that my best friend Stacy wrote me. It was like one of those rare women's classes during the feast. Did you get my sarcasm with rare?
Mm-hmm.
But I still have this little note that she tore out of those little tiny notebooks that says, we only have 2, and the number 2 is furiously scribbled under. Excuse me. We only have 2 years left to seriously get our shit together before the end comes. So, and that was back in 2000, maybe?
Oops.
How many times have one of my coworkers asked me the other night, how many times have you lived through the end of the world? I'm like, I lost count.
Well, according to this, in 2019, the next 3.5 years will be cut short.
It's always
so
cut
you know.
short. We're still.
I'm just letting
do
you know.
you realize we are still at 3.5 years? 3.5 years.
I'm just telling you what it says.
Okay, keep going.
Then it says, the importance of number 26 means father, source of joy. Do you have any idea about 26?
No.
Then it says, the seat on the talit adds up to 26.
Yeah, there was something about the knots and the twists and the macrame shits. Okay. Oh, I rhymed.
Like Dr. Seuss.
Hey, Brandon. Brandon used to do the talits and the seats. He used to help.
Oh, he can get back to you on that.
So Amber let him know we'd love to know about the seats and the talits and the
26.
stringy things.
Then it goes from that to the human brain does not mature until age 25, beginning the 26th year. So apparently on your 26th birthday, the brain knows to be fully mature.
Yes.
I guess the brain knows
On
your birthday.
Exactly. From the moment you're born on that 26th, there you go.
Okay. Let's see here. Then he gives a bunch of lottery numbers.
Of course.
And let's see here. That really is about it. The best one we had was the Jupiter one.
I really like that one too. You're gonna have to dive into some other things because they're getting kind of boring.
They are getting boring. They're just like not getting very. Let's see here. The Bible code. Then it says, God times 13.
Don't ask me.
No idea what that is. Genuine, priestly, prophetic.
Okay.
Abraham. Two witnesses.
I don't know.
The code. Essential. Glorious. Kingdom. Last.
You're putting me to sleep.
And seventh.
He's the seventh Malachim.
What?
Little man is considered the seventh Malachim.
What the hell's a Malachim?
An angel.
Oh.
Ish type thing.
He's the seventh angel?
I don't know. They proclaim him a lot of things.
Yeah, he's like jack of all trades.
He's proclaiming himself God.
Okay, sure.
Okay, we have a little bit of time. They were really boring on their stuff. Maybe somebody thought they shouldn't be posting so many little man quotes because he sounds stupid when I quote him. I don't know. I screenshot some of their shit, but I don't think we're going to get to that today, if that's all right with you.
Mm-hmm. What are those pictures?
Well, I went through my note cards and stuff, and there was just a couple of questions from last week that, people asked that I thought I might get into.
Okay.
Gentleman A asked about rules about your hair, if you were allowed to cut it, color it, etc.
Oh, yeah. Were you allowed to color it?
We were basically allowed to do anything we really wanted with our hair. I mean, it was... Men preferred it long, and you were supposed to grow your hair long, but a lot of women didn't. And I'm going to show you this picture right here, and I'm going to post this later, tonight, tomorrow, who knows when. I usually do get around to it. Sometimes it's next Sunday when it gets done because I open my homework book and went, oh shit, I forgot to post this.
Right. Let me see. This
is me and my friend Amy.
Okay.
Now... I don't even remember what state Amy was from, but she was 100% full-blooded Indian of some sort.
Oh, wow.
Okay. This picture does not do her hair justice. Her hair is all completely pulled back, and it is braided, and it is down past her ass in this braid.
Okay.
Now, there were a lot of...
No, do you mean Indian or Native American?
Native American.
Okay.
She was Native American. Okay.
Okay.
American Indian.
Okay.
Native American. But this was the last feast and the last picture I have of her because she never came back. Do you know why?
Why?
Because she was cornered that feast by my evil ex-mother-in-law, the bitch I love to hate, and several other women. I can see them, but I can't remember their names. Mm-hmm. They were trying to biblically tell her that they needed to cut all her hair off. Okay, now Amy was like me. She was outspoken. She liked to have fun. She really didn't fit the stereotypical I'm a cult member.
Did she tell him to go to hell?
She would come to these feasts by herself on a Greyhound, okay? She only came to a few of them. She told me she came to my feast trailer to let me know that it would probably be the last time she saw me. She was packing to leave, and I asked her why. And she told me these women basically backed her into a corner, and they had scissors and was telling her,
What?
They wanted to cut her hair. And she kept trying to tell them that the tribe that she belonged to, only her father or the head of the tribe could cut her hair or give permission.
Okay.
They could either cut it themselves or give her mother permission to cut it or something. It's even trimming it, okay? But to bully somebody into cutting their hair, and by the way, all these women had way short hair.
Oh, they're probably jealous.
A lot of us who heard about this, and some people actually witnessed it, were horrified. I mean, how do you get a gang of religious women armed with scissors and trying to cut some poor woman's hair off? And she's practically in tears explaining it would dishonor her mother, her father, and her chief and her people to come home with her hair sliced off.
Wow. I bet you any money they were jealous. Because her hair is probably gorgeous.
That was, it was. And the only other person whose hair every ex-member knows, Yadia. Yadia's hair was beautiful. It was like a brownish black fountain, just almost all the way to the ground. Yes.
Wow.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what the rules are now regarding hair, if you can see hair. Me and my sister-in-law, we got our hair cut and permed at one point. So Everybody had their talents. Remember me telling you that?
Right.
And like I said, I go through the pictures sometimes just to see what I can see and find. And this one I showed you, me and my friend Amy. Mm-hmm. I totally forgot I had a picture of her. Now, guess who else I have a picture of?
Who?
Who do you think that is?
I have no clue.
That is the bitch I love to hate.
Is that why her teeth are blacked out?
She blacked her own teeth out. We were at my sister-in-law's baby shower.
Why?
And she took black frosting or black cake and blacked her front teeth out with it.
Why?
I don't know, but it's such an unflattering picture. May I post this, Laura? It's my personal picture.
No.
Can I fuzzy her face out like and leave the teeth?
Yes.
I have a picture of her without the black, and for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe she thought she was being funny.
Okay.
Or pretending to be a hillbilly and didn't have no teeth.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Well, you wouldn't let me do the other ones because I didn't physically have them, and I'll physically have that picture. Anyway.
Oh, anyway, what's that
This was one of my very first contributions to the cult.
Okay.
It is the welcome sign just inside the gate.
Did you make it?
Okay. As with everything in the cult, people come and go because they realize the mofos is crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was started, and I guess the person who was working on it flew the coop. And it was drawn, okay?
So you just painted it?
The welcome was done and painted, but the rest of it was not done, okay? I wish I had a better picture because I love to draw and paint and all that good stuff. But yeah, I volunteered my time to go and finish this at the gate.
Oh, well, you can post that. There's no name on it.
Well, there is if you scroll in really clear. But I will. And look, there's the gatehouse with the little information sign. Look, they actually built a really nice stone guardhouse.
Yep, they did.
In this state, there's a lot of rocks because you're getting into the desert at some point. Okay. So you got lots of rocks and stuff. Since, Kat's birthday was the 20th and my birthday's coming up on the 29th, here is me and Cult Baby and little tiny Cat.
And little tiny Cult Baby.
Well, yeah, but Cat. But look at Jesse's hand holding his brother's head and the look on his face going, this is my brother.
Mine.
This is my brother.
Oh, how sweet.
I look tired, don't I? I look very tired.
You look happy, though. You look proud.
Squirted out another one. Did that one in the hospital, though, I wasn't dying at the midwives a second time. So... thank you to everyone who has sent me pictures of the bitch I love to hate. Maybe someday Laura will let me post them. See, I think if I posted pictures of Little Man, something might happen. But these are his members, and he don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, but you still can't do that.
Oh, God. Okay.
Anything else?
I always got a shit ton more of stuff. Let's see. You don't really lose friends, opportunities, or relationships when you start standing up for yourself and setting clear boundaries and letting people know what you will and will not put up with. Do you know that? Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people are people pleasers just to fit in and not get yelled at. The things you will lose are abusers, manipulators, narcissists, control freaks, attention seekers, and mental health destroying leeches.
Woo, I never heard it put that way.
Oh,
that's good.
Gosh, I have had friends over the years that I have loved these people, but they destroy your mental health. Mm-hmm. Everything is drama.
Yep. Oh,
everything is a problem. And they never do anything to try and fix what's going on. You've known these people, haven't you?
Oh, God, yeah.
I think we all have.
I think everybody knows people like that.
And to everybody out there, I had to wake up to this one day. Maybe no one's ever told you this, but no one is coming to save you. This life is 100% your responsibility. And at some point, you're going to have to say, get me the hell out of here. Because I did, Laura. I prayed till my eyeballs bled and nobody was coming. Nobody could get me out of that situation. The tampon box, hide money. The article that I posted actually had a whole lot better ideas than the tampon box.
About when you're needing to escape.
Yes, when you're needing to escape. And have you heard the arguments lately about when a woman gets pregnant and the guy suddenly seems to think he has rights?
Okay.
Have you heard this? It's popping up more and more lately.
I don't think I have.
No?
No. But he has rights to the baby? He has
right.
rights.
Or
okay.
to say you can't get an abortion or you have to have the baby.
Okay.
This is popping up more and more where guys are going, no, that's my baby. I don't want you to have an abortion. Or they think they have a say.
Okay.
This was being discussed at some point between people I know, and came across this on the internet, and I please tell me if you think I'm wrong.
Okay.
But this is the best way I've heard it put.
Okay.
If your sperm causes a pregnancy in someone else, you are not equally entitled to decide whether that person should carry to term. Persons with uteruses are not your personal incubators. I don't give a single care if you made it too. No, you didn't. You set it in motion. You won't be growing it inside your body for close to a year. You won't be experiencing any part of the making. It's not your choice. You do not own someone else's time, body pain, and experiences just because you put your penis in them.
They won't be experiencing the morning sickness.
No.
They won't be experiencing...
What you have to eat, whether you become pre-diabetic, whether you have to go on bed rest and you miss months of work. I love everybody, but I really hate the fact that we're not allowed to regulate our own bodies and what we need, what we don't need. Women, it's time to stand up and say no more. That's just my opinion. But I just wanted to share that because apparently that's becoming more and more common where guys are fighting for their unborn child, which is something, I don't know. There's just no easy answers. Is there?
Well, here's the question I have. It's too bad they're not fighting... How do I word this? Too bad they're not fighting for that child after it's born by, say, paying child support, by being involved in their lives, by... You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not saying that they might be doing that just fine, but it seems like... I don't know. Like, stand up for that child after they're born. And do what's right after they're born.
I like the Jerry Springer cases where it doesn't matter that he's not the dad and he says, I don't care that I'm not the dad. Me and her aren't together anymore, but I will be in that little girl's life because he's been there since day one.
Right.
Kudos to everybody who loves children that are not biologically yours.
Yep.
I dated and lived with a guy a while back, and I'm still friends with one of his daughters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So... You know, family is who you make it.
Right.
Her mother was a real piece of work, is all I can tell you. Still is. Well, guys, somehow we're another hour into it. And please keep sending us questions, thoughts, ideas. Keep contacting us if you need somebody to talk to. Many, many, many ways of getting a hold of us.
Yep.
Yes. Do you have anything to add, Laura?
I do not.
Okay, well, please be kind to each other. It doesn't cost a single dime to be nice to somebody. Please, 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 please. And I promise next week we'll get what little bit we got on their... Because, I mean, anybody can go to their official page.
Right.
And read what I'm going to read anyway. So,
right.
Till next week, guys, it's been Deb.
And Laura.
And we're wishing you the best and everything. Have an amazing rest of your day.
And your week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.